Jamie Sargent here, Building Profit Sales Training. We're a sales training organization that's working with business owners and sales teams just like you who are looking to make sales simple again. So we make sales simple so that you can focus on conversations that convert, that increases your revenue, increases your commissions. And today I'm going to be a little bit controversial in this video. I'm going to talk to you about a very, very old school, ancient skill of sales that actually, with the modern day buyer, has completely changed in the market. So let's dive in straight into this. So old school sales tactic, persuasion. Now, when I got into sales, persuasion was massive. Every sales trainer I went on, every sales course I went on, everybody was like, you've got to persuade the buyer to buy from you. You've got to persuade this buyer that they need to buy this product or service from you. They need to be convinced that this is the only option for them, and that actually you are the only person who can supply, deal, work with them. And this therefore means you're going to close more sales, you're going to be the number one in your industry. And that perhaps worked pre-2020, perhaps pre-2015 even. However, we're in a time now where buyers are exceptionally well educated thanks to the power of the good old smartphone. People are so well educated in the market around products, service, suppliers, options, that I can literally Google anything and get 15, 20 companies within a moment's notice on my hand. I can ring them all, I can email them all, I can DM them. So persuasion selling is now a very pressurized sales system. It's applying pressure to a buyer when they're looking to make a decision. You're trying to convince them that you are the only option, the right option to go with. Now, I'm not saying that you aren't the only option or the right option to go with. Let me just clarify that straight away. What I am saying is it's no longer based on you convincing somebody with persuasion tactics. What you need to do in the modern day and age with the modern buyer is change your skills up and start getting them into their own results-based thinking mode. So to do this, we need to view ourselves as the seller, as an expert. We need to consult with the customer and we need to move them forward. Now, when a customer puts up an objection, such as it's too expensive, I need to think about it, I need to talk to my wife, I need to talk to the dog, I need to talk to my partner, what they're really saying is, I'm not sure this is going to work, or maybe the money is too much. What you need to do is get the customer into results-based thinking through the questions you ask. So traditionally at this point, most people would say, well, Mr. Customer, our product delivers X, Y, and Z results. Without this, you aren't going to get X, Y, and Z. We are the best in the industry. We are the number one out there. We will make sure this works for you. We're honest, we're transparent, and all this, which is essentially persuasion feature dumping. And what we want to do is get the customer actually to start using their own internal dialogue. So very much a sales psychology element here. But we want them to use their own internal dialogue to actually start thinking about what you say, viewing you as an expert, and then making the connection between you as the expert, the service that they're looking to buy, and the end result that they need. So I hear you say, how do we do it? Well, quite simply, as I said to you at the start, this is around the questions you asked. But there's three core areas that you need to focus on. What is the customer's current situation? What's their situation today? Next one is, what is the situation if they don't do anything about this purchase in the next 3, 6, 9, 12, 18 months, whatever it may be? And the third one, what is the situation going to be like if they do make this purchase today or in the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months? Now, ideally, obviously, that being today. Once we've got a customer into results-based thinking, once we've got them thinking about that, they're going to start internally dialoguing and talking to themselves through all the reasons why they should buy this product or service today from a trusted advisor like yourself, and with a company that can support them. So just to give you an example of this, I'm a sales trainer, obviously. So I will get to this quite often where people say, yeah, it's a lot of money. I just want to think about it right now. Absolutely not a problem, John. And let me just ask you, John, when we started talking, you said that your average deal loss at the moment is about £5,000. So you're losing 4 deals a month. That's £20,000. Is that about right, John? Yeah. So you're losing about £20,000 a month, and that's about £140,000 a year, John. Is that thereabouts? Okay. So, John, if we don't do this today, and that's absolutely fine, I understand the reservation you have. If we don't do this today, what's the position going to be like in 3 months' time when you've lost £60,000? What's going through your mind when that £60,000 of sales that potentially we could close isn't happened because we wanted to delay this project starting? Okay, and so with your £60,000, John, if we could start implementing some sales training with your sales team, we can start getting them to close those extra 4 lost deals a month, which we said is about £20,000 a month. So at the end of the year, when we're looking at this £140,000 additional revenue, what does that look like for you? How does that work for you? And why would you not want to start making that extra 140k a year now? Is there a reason behind you not wanting to do that? And when you're looking at making that 20 grand a month, that £20,000 extra a month, what does that look like for the team in terms of their commissions? And what does that look like for you in terms of your manager or business owner that you report to? Fantastic. So, John, when we started talking, we said that this sales training package is going to cost you £25,000 for the year, and we're making a decision across £140,000 increase or consistent decrease in your sales. Is that about right? And then all you need to do after these questions is simply listen to what they say. Let them breathe. Let them think in their own mind. Gosh, I'm turning down £140,000 for a 25 grand decision. Why does that not make sense to me? Now, of course, there could always be other reasons behind this. You know, they may have been bitten in the past by other companies, and they may have a trust issue, which is very different. And so you may say, you know, John, I appreciate where you're at, and I appreciate that you've had some bad experiences. If you don't trust anybody again with your decision to commit to them, what does that look like for you across the year? And how are you going to fix that £140,000 leakage without doing anything further? And these are all questions just centered around what the customer wants, what the customer's situation is currently, what it looks like if they don't do anything, and what it looks like if they do. So, for example, if you sell cars, for example, because that's a big one I get a lot of questions about. I'm in car sales. If you don't make this decision today, Shirley, if you don't buy this car today, I understand that. The next 3-6 months, you say your MOT, your service are all due, and that's going to cost, and you know it's going to fail its MOT, and that's going to cost you X money. What does it look like if that car actually fails on more components than what you think it's going to fail on? So you end up staying in a car which is costing you nothing today, but in 3 or 6 months' time may cost you a few £1,000s. And then on top of that, you have the added pressure of if it fails its MOT, it's off the road for a number of weeks whilst the garage fix it. And what happens if you stay in that car for another 12-18 months on top of that? How does that look? You know, it's wear, it's tear. The value of the car is also, just as we discussed, you know, value of the car is decreasing on a month-by-month basis. The mileage is increasing. So essentially, the gap of what we've offered you today and what we can offer you in 3 months' time is going to ultimately decrease with the value of that car, because the only thing going up on it is sadly the mileage. Everything else on it is coming down, including its value. So with that in mind, how does that make you feel that you might actually end up paying more in 6 months' time to change your car than you do today? You pay your repair bill in 3 months to get it through its MOT, but actually the car's now lost, let's say, another £1,000. So you paid £800 for repairs, another £1,000 lost. So now you're an £1,800 difference to where we are from today, 6 months down the line. How's that going to make you? How's that going to make you feel? How does that sit with you? And all we're doing here, guys, is we're not persuading. We're not saying, you know, we are the best. You have to buy today. The deal is on the table. If you don't buy it today, then that's it. I'll get my manager's deal. I'll have it on the table. We're not doing any of that. All we're simply doing is pointing out the situation that a customer's in, where they are, where they can beat it from today, if they make the decision to commit to you, what that looks like in 6, 12, 18 months. And if they don't commit today and they leave it for a period of time, what that can also do in terms of the impact on that decision. It is simply about rewording and rethinking the way you ask questions in the modern 21st century with buyers that have been persuaded and sold to heavily for year upon year upon year upon year. I've used this tactic in my sales career. It's helped me close over £10 million with various high street chain businesses as well as independent companies. I've used it across a number of B2B and B2C sectors, and I can tell you it does work. It takes a lot of practice. It's quite difficult to get your head around to begin with. Practice daily, ask these questions, practice on your partner, your colleague at work, your manager, your friend, whoever it may be. Use these skills, start implementing them, and you're going to find people are actually more attracted to deal with you because you sound different, because you treat them different, because they view you as an expert. And as that expert, you have the right to ask those questions. Guys, I really hope this video is useful. If you're finding your persuasion tactics and your closing ratios are not where you want them to be in sales, reach out to me. It's jamie@buildingprofits.co.uk. Let's have a conversation. I really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe this video and share it with your friends, colleagues, whoever it needs to hear it. Have a great one, and I'll catch you real soon. Thanks for watching.